Mayama ahwefo nyina akwaba. Emfa ombra Mega TV afidi kesi eso. Yankopon enhyira papa se abribia mo supporter bodi MI or platform we eso. Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanten onunyamfo a okofa the movement for change at the baye. Na owura ide bia meka abufu shewso ena odi sa movement for change ni baye. Na enei enkamia akoyese waye some threat bi ediama NPP ni NDC titire ni NPP amanyokuo no because ohwe the supporter Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanten onya abusia mumfanchem ohwe supporter Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanten onya. It is obvious say Alan obia he has a very a very huge control on this upcoming election because okay global info analytics or more information with the better journal Alan Ejina baby he can take and I say obetimi aye mediator. He can put this election simply to run off. And you understand what is meant by runoff. Basa say two political party and I say two presidential candidates mienu and omontimi out obtain the 50+1 vote no. Inti basa omonu ye no obi anya the last one no the obedi third in the obetna fee on the already no obeko position and also position na otohonum that are relaxing. But the first two presidential candidates no ombesan at for muso babio na akoye the runoff said ye yinim na already sembi atudwa wapa ni campaign huntuma officially na when sema yuma bia meka the politicians no and some moka no wo mo ano ena omodi ye adwuma okurum ha enka Ghana akone nim essence enka oman konkoro Ghana ye wo yenim essence enka yetimi akwa yenim but yemieni no kwaldie bosha ye politicians no omoshe no omunni so. I can tell you say about 90% of their promises omu making during a year campaign after the campaign no na omo drop it eno ena magana for yini arishemu edema politicians eno ena magana for ye lose hope ewo politicians mu eno ena magana for sebie nyaado ye to aba na ye wiwi eno ena magana for sebie nyaado ye tia to a tax ana ye wiwi because on maybe our fapim no utua tax you know what is mean by paying the tax. Oko the European countries, oko the American continent, they all pay taxes just as we do over here. But honum no, the taxes that they pay no, it is utilized effectively and it is, it gives a positive effect to their economy and always the economy stands tall. Unlike African continents, especially West Africa hanum, ye kan manya sebi yetua to pa Ghana for. You can go and check manya mutua to pa Ghana for. Ghana yetua to the extent say didn't make us say no ye a lot of taxes in no majority of them indirect tax. Indirect tax and so tax bia no man subjected to that tax can be evaded. No man subjected to that tax can be evaded. Obiani wa obeti me yini ho firim. Because omote indirectly, just like okoto milk, a tin of milk, okona ebono 5 cedis. The tax in it, you have indirectly paid the tax. Just like COVID-19 levy, it is on the phone call always we make, the credit data bundle we do, and petrol that we buy, fuel, everything. How can you tell me say you will be evaded, and I say you'll be evaded from this tax? No. But Yembisa, after all this rampant tax, what is the effect of it? After all this and taxes, what is the usefulness of these taxes that we pay? This is where Yebisa questions and say. You know, and you may be because organ high and paying for and can you quite and care to about NPP in NDC bill, the Biameka NPP in NDC etimatana or more nine so for over 32 good years in this country. None of me back home. Mammy corruption, Mammy Yankupon Shroud, Mimbodi. I say Kwame Nkrumah did so 9 good years. Yes, and it is true. He was a prime, I think Kwame Nkrumah was a prime minister from 1957 and 1960. Omu Latino as Ghana's first president. You get it? So he stayed in an office from 1960 to 1966. 6 years plus the prime minister na 3 good years. But in PBI you can't say we stay for 6 good years. That is where effectively put in a much effort. And that period of 6 years, what this man did for a country Ghana, it is overwhelming and it is mind-busting. Yembisa MPP NDC so for so many years, for so many decades, over 32 good years in this after 1992 constitution, and I say in the 4th Republic, what have they done? A ding medi and omodi diaboy. Into a banner MPP NDC, we are fed up and nobody should vote against MPP, especially Domiako Odi and Muna said begin who I don't understand. When I'm Alan Kyeremanten, any abufushi or the free MPP among you call him now. And also what I say who see Debbie, the air MPP among you call him. I say probably NDC for so any alternative. Alan Nekon Yamina Maker. Intino or the Adorye the great transformational plan, the great transformational plan at the Ababontin as part of his official campaign a year message. Yabeko Nyakuti Urana can seem be, but I am comedian can this time around. MPP and NDC, we must show them a pepe by voting them out. MPP NDC this time around in elections, we must show them a pepe. Yen vote for mun film, now yen for independent candidate. I've never told you to go and vote for Alan Miyan Cancer. But what I am saying is, let's take an independent candidate, and Alan is not only independent candidate in this contest. You were cheddar or you Papa you can didn't say. Papa Nancy on the captain. Kofi Palo and in your Mokeka home. So we have a lot of independence. UP Yura Akwasiado the Kenny in the alliance. Amuna no Moi Afafranto Ken Afafranto Ken pa Yura Alan soon anymore. So when we talk of independent candidate, I am not only referring to Alan, but I am saying Tinasi, no who said your maya ye two and this, your 12 man this maybe a chum, NDC te so ye to aboma NPP I ni omo te so. What have they done? E dey na nkofo aye okurum ha. This is what I'm saying. Say tenase na sesen wabrabom e dey nkwa no mo di amame metua tax sebi mitimi di anapa awie anumere mitimi tua me best school fees mitimi yisika edito atade hye mitimi kodwen kototo enuane. These are all things I was ohwe no wabrabom na to aba. What you say? When I hear Nehemiah was a otinase na o monitor na o dream who say no. Say apart we say they be called ya. Why don't I and I say why can't I strategize and this time around vote for an independent candidate in a because Oshe the enclave now they say the southern enclave now South African see how they elected their leaders. One share the one we see your leader. Let's learn from something. It's about the time a Ghana for the people of watch and this NPP. We have to do what? We have to change them. We have to let them know. Say no, they are not boss of our politics. Into Madan Omo Atakuma Atakaka and I almost say Ghana politics because they know very well. Say you scratch my back. We will position her. Now we try and peer, but outside camera and go and see they are chopping together. That is why we have Samuel Abujinapo. He is what? Samuel Abujinapo is part of the NDC and John Abujinapo. Okay. NDC is the Samuel. Sorry, NPP is the Samuel and the John is the NDC. So all these people, omu use to the extent say we will position and we will power and omudi sell mine and omudi sika ego mu fie. So why can't we realize and say no, enough of MPP ni NDC. Young for Obama independent candidate. Near shade the war no so adi or mine bed so let's give a try. Ghana, we don't like a try work. And me, I am not surprised because Brana Eku school no. Brana Eku school no. Na say o math teacher o mathematics teacher mo solve maths we are. Oka say oh and I'm come to give you a try work because will be any me including me mega na mani manyinya papa because maths dey idea na makuma pay. But I came to understand say hey, the moment I will try your hands on it, then you are getting better. The moment you try, the moment you get better. It's Ghana, the American question and say why don't we change? Yes, some a true baby. You talk about independent candidate we na sa wanya dia. Then the next 4 years we change. Other than say you are sticking to one political party, two political parties, and you are done Ghana two-party system. Meanwhile, we are not practicing two-party system. We are in a multi-party system. Inti Ghana for Sanya mana ekoswon muma injai na yen shase yenye den ye adopt a strategy ye bet me MPP for every many NDC because these people are just a greedy bastard and wicked. I catch them. Obi better on the platform so I can NDC for yes and MPP for yatiase ye misa say corruption aya one MPP mu no omo the same thing aya go NDC mu just because obi the annual change be and we don't want it. We want it minimized. We want it at its lowest peak. And the bia meti say ayana mitien crofobia no especially Kevin Taylor na kan NDC for the omo ye e wa beka say NDC for MPP for ye omo ye the same. No, you don't know what you are saying. Hey Kevin, let me tell you, NDC we know say NDC for omo so MPP for boko no but NDC for no a strategy omo ba omo susu ba MPP we ndi omo di asan di preko. What you say omo no abro na eyo omo MPP for abro na eyo omo but NDC for omo wi akakra no de kakra to aye bibi eno sa no are you helping the country? No. It's mama let's call a spade. Enti Alan ninsema waka no nyansa wo nyankopon ani no kwaredi sebi nyansa wo owura no senke to abama na enka Ghana ha nima bekoyi nyame ni no kwaredi because wakoye independent candidate obeyi kakra firi ha, obeyi kakra firi ha, and yana nkedi see so we can easily give him a vote of no confidence to the extent say MPP ni by NDC ni by and you know floating voters na mama mfache mama ka omo kan mutibom ena yeyi Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanten a na say Alan ba no oji sebi se huna ya ye dere bae no we don't care say oh Alan this only party ye money get away ye money vote of no easy. That would be very easy and flexible and accessible, but Akufo-Addo shehonom oko can vote of no confidence and in parliament. Who are they going to vote that no confidence then you know? You see, that is why we have to adopt the strategy of changing our political, you know, I don't know, and I don't know how to call it. Triangular, in a such a way say MPP and this, MPP and this. My injai na enchisim kakra. Yenkoti ora Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanten. Great transformational plan. Yenkoti Yakoba Ebeto as Bidian Mega Yakopo Nshira. Yenkoti Infabra.
7 years after the shackles of colonial domination was dismantled, Ghana, our beloved country, is still unable to feed itself. Unable to provide jobs for our young population. Unable to provide potable water for almost half of its population. Unable to keep our lights on. Unable to provide decent housing for the majority of its people. And I could go on and on and on. We have been compelled for the 17th time to seek a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. Although we pride ourselves as one of the leading producers of gold in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the question we should be asking ourselves at this stage is, how did we get here? How long do we intend to stay here? And what will it take for us to exit from here and never return? Those are the questions we should be asking ourselves. In my humble opinion, we are at where we are now because we've brought it upon ourselves, as we say in local Ghanaian parlance. Whilst there may be a myriad of contributing factors, the three that clearly stand out are: one, a failure of leadership. Number two, the divisiveness in our body politic and political space. And three, our own unproductive attitude, behavior, and mindset as a people. Ladies and gentlemen, although our situation may be disquieting, the good news is that Ghana still remains a favored nation in both the spiritual and physical realms. It's a transformational leader, a paradigm shift in our governance system, as well as a mindset change amongst Ghanaians. We have an opportunity in the general elections in December this year to cross that bridge and move Ghana into a new era of peace and prosperity by electing me as the first independent candidate to become the President of the Republic of Ghana. I will install a new government of national unity that will mobilize the collective strengths and talents of all Ghanaians, and not only a privileged few, irrespective of ethnic, political, or religious affiliation. Ladies and gentlemen, both the NDC and NPP have had the opportunity of being in charge of this country for the last 32 years. I believe in all sincerity that they have exhausted their competencies and capabilities and ought not to be restored or retained in power, considering the fact that they have not demonstrated either by word or deed that they have any plan for Ghana. 5 months to a general election, we are still waiting for the manifestos of our two leading parties. Between the two leading parties, they have, over the 3 decades that they have been in power, resorted to extensive borrowing to finance their manifesto promises. The culture of unrestrained borrowing is what has landed us into the ditch in which we find ourselves. A significant component of the loans that have been acquired have gone into financing consumption, the repayment of existing loans, and investments in social services that typically do not generate any economic returns in the immediate short to medium term, and therefore limit our capacity to service those loans. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a plan. I have a plan, the great transformational plan, which will build an enterprise economy in Ghana, focusing on private enterprise, innovation, and the unleashing of the entrepreneurial spirit of the people of Ghana. This is what will take Ghana forward to occupy its rightful place in the Committee of Nations as the Black Star of Africa, the Shining Star of Africa, and the first country south of the Sahara to become independent. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is why we are here today, to launch the most comprehensive policy framework, the GTP, that will move Ghana from instability to stability, to growth, to resilience, and to prosperity. The GTP is comprised of 6 interrelated clusters: economic, governance, infrastructure, social services, environment and natural resource management, and last but not the least, behavioral and mindset change. Each cluster has a number of pillars, thematic areas, and policy solutions. The plan is significantly different from the party manifestos that have been presented by the two political parties that have been in power in Ghana for decades. The policy solutions under the GTP are concise, clear, and action-oriented. For the purposes of this presentation, and particularly due to the limitation of time, I will limit myself primarily to presenting only parts of the economic and governance clusters, with a sprinkling with some of few policy solutions from the other clusters. So let me start with the economic cluster. The economic cluster consists of 4 pillars, namely the macroeconomy, industrial transformation, a new agricultural revolution, and tourism. The macroeconomic pillar starts with our policies on expenditure management and control. And I propose the following policy solutions. 1, reduce the current size of government and run a lean executive administration consisting of not more than 40 ministers. Eliminate sole sourcing in public procurement and contracting to ensure value for money, which has over the years been a major source of the bloating of government expenditure. 3, consolidate into a single administrative unit all existing government departments, agencies, and other public sector organizations which have overlapping mandates. The Ministry of Energy, for example, has 14 different agencies under it. Reinforce existing mechanisms in payroll and employee compensation management and administration, which is designed to eliminate ghost names from the public sector. It's only in Ghana that ghosts continue to appear and reappear. Reduce government financing of infrastructural projects by at least 60%. Reduce government spending and financing on infrastructure projects by at least 60%. And in place, introduce innovative private sector financing of infrastructure using models such as build, operate, and transfer (BOT), build, own, and operate (BOO), EPC with financing, EPC with suppliers credit. Undertake a comprehensive review of the entire structure of government spending and public expenditure with a view to reducing the national public expenditure ratio to gross domestic product. That is the ratio of public expenditure to GDP to a target not exceeding 10% over a period of 5 years. On revenue optimization, undertake a complete reform of the tax structure in Ghana with a view to optimizing revenue from the mobilization of direct taxes rather than indirect taxes through the import duties, taxes and levies, particularly at the ports. And this is what prevails in many of the matured economies. They focus more on direct taxes than indirect taxes. And we are going to change that system in Ghana. 3, enforce existing regulations linking access to essential public services to the payment of taxes. If you don't pay your tax, you will not have access to essential government services. 4, conduct a comprehensive financial and technical audit of port operations to identify and block revenue leakages at the ports, including but not limited to mechanisms to address trade misinvoicing and transfer pricing. Enhance the collection of rent tax, property tax, capital gains tax, investment income tax, and sin taxes. Review existing rates for road tolls and expand the application across various road networks. Establish a free port enclave at the Tema port to enhance vessel traffic and transshipment in Ghana, which will bring in additional revenue from port services. Conduct an extensive review of the operations of SOEs, state-owned enterprises, with a view to enhancing their contribution to government revenue. enhance the application of technology, including artificial intelligence and blockchain technology in revenue mobilization, and equip revenue collection agencies with relevant tools and facilities. And last but not the least, conduct a comprehensive review of the management and administration of the Ghana Revenue Authority with a view to enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness in tax administration and revenue mobilization. The above policy measures are designed to increase the ratio of tax revenue to GDP from the current 14%.
Alan Kojo Kyeremanten John and our teen in Kano. Yes. Unumunyam for Alan. Alan Sana Debia Mikon. And you may be Nema, you may be a BB. Hopeson Adorye was very vibrant in, in NPP negatively, brand NPP or joining. I never know Hopeson Adorye. He's one of the best communicators when it comes to politics. But Hopeson TMP no mo dini din kwasi asem nyam fam cheme na mo dini din sem omo dini chise won hwan ne so wa. That is the reason why me kase ye bibia dia ye MPP MPP for mo pom sem hunu dia omo yusu ni pam yenu pe two tribes either Votarians Merekukuyo anase ye enuanom nordness because they thought say party ni air 74 party into mu bibia they will never go and tarnish their own image so mo be fast until ni deny into mo be fast be tani no mo fa bia efu na mo deny Merekukuyo no mo di yes say bi se hunu no. This is the time nordness Mokai saying Togolese, sorry, Mr. Togolese, nordness Votarians. I am not doing tribal politics, but MPP for the CCU, some of you CCU like, mon dear mon capacity now, like Mobe Soja, on Sabian on the Soja, they are Michelle Quemo, Obe Soja Keke, and Cantitino, and Necro Moye, Usi, where ye, Obochiaka Krana, Udi Uja Ruma. Ube say obi be so bia na wo hwe nkwan ni eno sa no chi na uti nka che no be so je wa me hwe nkwan mu. It is an adage, it is a proverb. Chira wo say wo ka ho but anyen de ne ebekoso nyina na wani etimi tuembi. So they can use you at any time, they can use you wherever they want to use you for or whatever they want to use you for. So that is the reason why this MPP ni NDC NDC for so bad they don't say omono yameni no kwari they don't the money mahama buy na asante for the or ye adwuma momo but because of asante for the mentality ni say omuntu na ho ma sebi tani medi omo so enti no oye bibi mo kan so na nkofo so they drag him, and that is the reason why ema owura ni bufu ya o mo asante for say the good cry mo kwan you people will never appreciate. What in a mature nasa? You people will never appreciate, and that is the reason why Emma joined the money Mahama or make that kind of statement and acquire the hallmark and as the trademark. The hallmark they say are the papa and ameboa and I think bonity me bomb. Okay, and then I bear the reference and phobia can I will say join the money Mahama, but yembisa dear ekusi man or cancer answer semno. So I am stating it clear. Say MPP ni NDC, mama yembo montontwin baby because omoba they do tribal politics. But MPP dieno too just well known and then running mate they have somebody who can handle the running mate for northern region. I will never mention the name that is conversation for another day. But because of Senipano, he is from the northern sector. Because of Senipano, he is not from Ashanti region. Because of Senipano, he is not from the party. Just because he came in, just like that, they are not going to give him that chance. And they will tell you, say, and the flag bar and ankasa of the northern region. So how can they elect another? And I said, how can they bring somebody from northern region to rule Ashanti? They don't think about Ghana. They always thinking about Ashanti. Ashanti for me to be boom maya e ka dientia en ka sebie buru sebie nyaado matena se ma MPP for by motum good okọ boase a e kwan nye okọ akwatie e kwan nye. It's a western region in the keka ho. A lot of places in Ashanti region they don't have good roads, they don't have poor just a quality potable drinking water, just a hospital. Everything is messed up, but these people continue to follow. Some of you continue to follow MPP because MPP MPP every Asante mamu MPP Asante hene. Ibi ana ye kan yenhwe ya ye be kan sem. It is about the time we have to stop all that hypocrisy and call a spade because an airtime. Airtime. The meaning of call the airtime. We have to call a spade what? A spade. Entialan, onumunyam for yenim say unya Ghana president abedi ba wono enka wo ya sell reputation. You are a kind person like Yura Honorable Kennedy Japan. Yes, Alan is just like Honorable Kennedy Japan. But just because Alan no or man who kwan MPP for they penetrated him, Emanka Musuban na enyus bampano ebi room. Some of them Musuban and yes bampano nyina. Some of you know enka Ewra Alan. And no Alan or realizing who say there be myself, so I have to be very careful and de-associate myself from them. Nenibane was no mafia, and who say no, this mission must be accomplished. I was saying him who free MPP man you could I Alan or number be your number. Do you know something? Alan in some way no, he thought say he will never be president, but of a sort MPP co-position. No more who say yes, me can one party no. Yes, Alan Pessoa the MPP man co-position through his strategies and as a strategical, reforms, strategical ideas, strategical campaign, and all sort of things. He knows very well say this Alan can never compete with NDC when it comes to supporters and say voters, but he knows clearly say MPP for this or money he will get a lot of people from MPP to come and join him, and even NDC for being floating voters or margin say be NCP they can come and enjoy him, and at the end of the day MPP for about him. That is the strategy of Alan. Until utimiya sana say we actually na MPP it me toss be third corner, they are automatically at opposition. Only NDC for operate a run off at least ebia when NDC for between corner we pair MPP for co-opposition. That is the main strategy for Alan. That is why I have not been campaigning for Alan. Say because Alan deep down in Alan he knows that he is hurt and MPP for iron money and he wants to pay them back. This is the time for him to pay them back. And me, I am a debt. So yes, sir. Yes, because MPP for how they treated this fine gentleman wasn't good at all. Nipa otimi na kumum kachire mu candidate, then candidate Akufo-Addo say onko eduru so obeba sana Akufo-Addo, you have another plan, you have another mindset to deal with him drastically. Emma ene Alan Kyeremanten wakansi semu. It's your candidate now, but do you want Alan to support? No. Onyinipa sebi Onyinipa oyeni denko, he will never support your candidate because you have hurt him. You have let him pass through a lot of pain, so he's going to pay you back. And the great transformational plan and Alan Diego Hono. We are hoping say Alan omission it will be well successful. MPP by all means they have to go to position. Yes. If not anything else, Akufo-Addo ni Bawumia, they have spoiled this country. They have created a lot of mess. Bawumia has created a lot of mess in this economy. So this man must go to position. How this man he spoke when they were in opposition, Brana NPP, position, Brana Mahama, president. How this man dragged Mahama from one public lecture to another public lecture, from one seminar to another seminar, from one campaign platform to campaign platform, another campaign platform. This man is about the time. All that he said about Emisata, the 117 questions that this man said, no, he is going to ask that question, or he is going to solve, or he's going to what respond to all those questions, because Emisata told him, say, hey, that questions you have said for me, a day will come, you will face your own question, and that is the day. A day of reckoning will come. Bomia will sit down and realize Emisata told me this, told me that, told me this. So this is what is happening. This is what is happening. Inti yebana yebetna ha anya say yetan MPP for metan mo ageden. After all, majority of you MPP for ankasa, but because of omunuma omoaye ni majority of you don't agree with them staying in power. And obvious, that is what I'm also doing. Yepan MPP asem, yepan NDC asem. Me, I am not a tribal bigot. I am not a tribal politician. Say bia, even I am not a politician. I'm a social media activist. I mean, who say go there course, so I have to speak about it. Not like say me makoji obisika. Say them go for tagging a ko wajisika na oye dirty work. I'm NDC na dia. To the bia me NDC for coming be man waka Ghana from to about mom. So what are you saying? What the acha, you know, say I don't campaign for NDC and I don't even promote NDC for, because they are in opposition. Whatever that they do more, because omuni power. And you know, if I talk about them, it is meaningless. But MPP for no more power. Muno mukita 2 million kasa omo eno beti mdi 2 million ayebi papa ma ye ho atoye. Because NDC for me, the many kusi they are not having the power, or they are not handling the power. They are in opposition. So what do I want from NDC? Unless they be power, no they are doing what is not expected of them. That is where I will come in. Until that day, I am going to bash MPP if they do what is not expected of them. If they are not well, you know, do what their own responsibility. Nti makatro oba behwe me amenka se bia me MPP ni me NDC ni I am a social media activist mani abre omani episo koyi de bia na meka ne se so man we be koyi anya kufa ado anya bomion ejina youth no so. This is the time when we have to speak truth to power. This is the time when we have to you know, tell the leaders, say enough is what enough. The mayo it is okay. Mumbra na yesu yenye munjana mabum yesu yentwas. And that is why Nana Kwame Bediako and Kaikamenko and Ghana for you Ukrumana and Kabranti and yen supporting na onye the omedium penina and shady bisi Ukruma. I am not campaigning for Cheddar because Cheddar, I don't know he's competing. Nim the oye, what I say. Enti abusia Nyankopon hira meso so be subscribe to the channel no na wa like dwumadi na wa share na foforo anyi bia hwe me ma me chi ba fo hwe mi free New York America bridge me Nyankopon hira ma me papa me ma me royal bin so hwe mi free ye UK Nyankopon hira ma me ni obi bia hwe mega TV no Nyankopon nyoke say we are for Ken YouTube channel Nyankopon hira mo Mr. Befajan and obi bia Mr. Frank Adani obi bia or support your platform Nyankopon nyoke say subscribe for latest update for comment to making kind IBBia Edia Mo Nyankopon hira ma crown. Bye bye.